Good afternoon and welcome back to the ladies final here in our 4.5 division, live from Weymouth, Dorset. We have Matthews and Waters at the top of your screen taking on Jelly and Wise, and due to a technical fault we're already midway through the first game here, but I'm sure we'll hear the score. I think 6-4 to Wise and Jelly. Remember, our final is best of 3 games, so first of 2 games, and it's Wise and Jelly who are in the ascendancy, now leading 7-4. Pleased to say that Chris Bowman is joining me here back in the comms booth. Chris, how's your afternoon been?
I hope you're having a good day, Nick. I don't like talking about myself, especially when it's been as shocking as today's been. So let's move on to the fact that the people can hear us again, Nick, which is good. We've got the camera on and we've got a good game in front of us.
Every experience is a learning one, Chris, I'm sure. But yeah.
Shot there down to the right hand side.
Yeah, we've seen all 4 ladies in action already today, Chris. The explosion from Jelly in her power and intensity has been there and for all to see. The control of Wise, but also Matthews at the top end, particularly a top spin forehand. It's a weapon, Chris. And both of these teams are equally matched with skill sets that complement each other very well.
Well, it looks like there'll be enough time for me to get fully familiar with the quality of Nick's has been talking about. Side out now, so
Net cord coming to the aid of Tracy Matthews on that occasion, just narrows that gap to 4 points. Great rescue.
oh, and Jelly's unlucky there. She did so well to retrieve the lob, kept the ball in play, and then just forced that one a little bit wide. But a nice little exchange there. But these points are now starting to close up again.
Yeah, 3-point gap now. You can see Matthews and Waters having to work really hard to get into the ascendancy though. Jelly and Wise very adept at keeping their opponents on the baseline.
Finish with a flourish there, Nick. Maisie Wilder with a powerful smash going outside of Tracy Matthews' forehand there. Side out, so they've got the ball back in hand, and they're 2 points away from taking the first game in this ladies' final.
Jelly just sends that forehand volley slightly long, so they'll have to rely on a second opportunity here to score. Great put away from Maisie Wise, high above the left shoulder. Backhand punch volley behind Tracy Matthews. That brings up the first game point. And that does sail long, so Wise and Jelly seal the deal in the 4.5 ladies final, take an early 1-0 lead. Remember, it's the first to 2 games. Chris, what do Waters and Matthews need to do to get back into this encounter?
Well, that's a great question, Nick, to somebody who's probably seen about 6 points in this game so far. I would imagine it's merely the case of just getting the mentality right there into the second one now. They don't want to be too down from the fact that the first game has gone against them, sort of regroup, just check in on the game plan, see if they want to make any tweaks to what they might discuss before the game, and just go again. They'll look to get, obviously, an early start in this one, see if they can get a few points ahead and see if they can get some momentum back. But from what I've seen so far, Nick, it feels like a very close game. It just so happens that Wise and Jelly got that first one over the line before the others did.
Yeah, one thing that stood out to me with Waters and Matthews is their ability to move through the transition zone. They'll be looking, or will need to look to get to that kitchen line a little bit quicker than the last few points we saw at the end of the first game. The quicker they can get to that kitchen line from the baseline through the transition zone, the more established they are in the points, and they're both very well equipped to be able to speed up the ball and defend against the power of Jelly and Wise. Let's see what happens here at the start of our second game.
Drop there for Morse. Not just having enough lift, so an early side out in the second game. Balls with Maisie Wise.
Maisie Wise just telling her partner Jelly to leave that ball, but need it not. She volleyed it straight to the feet of Matthews, and it is Wise and Jelly who get us started in this second game.
Maisie Wise just on the reach a little bit there, not in the perfect balance to take that volley out of the air. So we move on to the second serve.
Low bounce, well dealt with by Matthews and put away by Wise. Matthews very much a victim of an uneven bounce there. Chris?
You've seen all day that the surface is playing its part in proceedings. But Wise keeping a lot of control there, giving himself a little pirouette of celebration, following a lovely put away.
Waters just sends that ball wide, but it's the consistency from Jelly and Wise just forcing Waters and Matthews to play extra shots that brings about that error.
Nice attack there from Jelly. The initial serve, Merton short, it had that skid which made it feel like a deeper serve than it actually was, and that gave them early control of the point, and she was able to take full advantage.
Yeah, and Jelly and Wise are in control here, live in Dorset, Weymouth for pickleball.co.uk.
Just drops long there from Wise. It was a good effort to try and keep the ball going, but just sent that lob long. Drive there from Tracy Matthews, just going into the top of the net. They need to make some inroads quickly here, Nick, don't they? There's a 4-point gap already.
Yeah, it's a crucial second game for Waters and Matthews. ATP Showtime! Celebrations from Matthews and Waters. What a great play. Waits for the ball to come outside of the quarters of the net and fires it down at the feet of Jelly and Wise.
It's possibly the widest one we've seen today. It was more of the case of it was so clear it was on, just to execute it and not make a mistake.
Yeah, I think I might have been able to get that one myself, Chris. But that just breeds confidence in players. Success, happiness, and then composure. You get the confidence, and ultimately you get the rewards.
Exactly. Interesting that they can now string a couple of good rallies together. Did very well to stay in the rally, makes Wise on the attack. But again, yeah, you can see that. I mean, that rally lasted a good couple of shots longer than previous ones have done in this second game. So it feels like they're starting to get a little bit of a foothold in this final.
Great drop from Maisie Wise, and she's pleased with herself, and why shouldn't she be?
Very nice angle, dropping right at the toes, Matthew, very difficult to deal with. Good work there from Waters, just jamming the ball down again at the toes of Maisie Wise. Good serve, that right on the line. Couldn't be any deeper without going out itself. And that brings it up to 6-2 now, so a 4 points advantage. Just feels like Joe and Wise are getting a little bit of the grip back now.
Yeah, I like that play from Waters. Just remains composed. Lots of players would have taken that volley nice and early, but just make sure she keeps that ball in play, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. That double-handed backhand is coming up. A lot of players who really got there before the bounce, which just took her time, set herself well, and got a little bit of a roll with on that. Good placement over. Just keeps the pressure on Matthews there, and they're suffocating at the time for sure.
Yeah, it's an error on the third shot from Waters, and those are the types of play that they can little afford if they're to get themselves back into this final. That type of error, Chris.
Exactly. As you say all the time, Nick, it's serves, returns and thirds, especially in these crucial moments. You just got to get through the basics and get into that point. Nice put away from Jenny. A little bit of help from the net ball, but to be fair, I think that would have been going through the legs anyway. Nice put away. 5 point lead now, 3 points away from their goal medal.
Great deep serve from Wise. Waters can't deal with the return to any good effect, and it's Wise that pressuриses Matthews into the error. So 2 points away from the gold medal here for Maisie Wise and Emily Jelly, and no one can say that if they do execute here, they don't deserve it. Unlucky from Matthews. Yeah, unlucky from Matthews there, Chris. Great work from Wise, and unlucky from Matthews in defence, but that brings around championship points.
It does indeed. They've got 7 miles to the cherries to get through.
Inching their way forward. And what a great point to win it on. Congratulations to Emily Jelly. Congratulations to Maisie Wise. They're our first ladies 4.5 Franklin Tour winners of 2025. Commiserations to Waters and Matthews, who were spirited in defeat, but ultimately, Chris, it was a class of Jelly and Wise that shone through.
Yeah, most lovely event, just good consistency, and then Maisie Wise been very, very good on the attack. I felt she put a lot of those attackable volleys away with just that little bit of extra pace, made it very difficult to return. And yeah, very, very convincing performance all in all.
Well, we'll be back with the last few games of the day here. I think we've scheduled the 4.0 men's final, Chris. So if you're watching at home, don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after this short ad break.
Our pickleball court is 44 feet long by 20 feet wide. Our service box goes straight down the middle of our 20-foot width, and our non-volley zone line here is 7 feet back from the net line. Our net itself is 34 inches in the middle and 36 inches tall here where it meets our sideline. The big thing about pickleball is if you can keep the ball in this middle area around 3 foot either side and hitting the ball cross court, you're hitting a relatively safe ball. Anytime you're hitting the ball outside of this window, you need to really be accelerating it, or else it's going to be a fairly defensive shot to play. You only score points when serving in pickleball, with games commonly scored to 11, win by 1. Both players serve for the team except for the start of the game, where only one player serves for the team. Serving twice would be too big an advantage at the start of a game. You always start serving from the right side of your team and aim diagonally into the opposite service box. When attacking cross-court, the counter-attack back often goes straight ahead to your partner. This is why you'll tend to see speed-ups in more of a straight line, as it also provides a shorter distance to your opponent, making the ball reach them much more quickly and potentially creating an error. The return of serve must be allowed to bounce, so depth is key to keeping the serving team back. If in doubt, high, deep and down the middle is a good option, but returning down the line can limit some of the strategic options for the serving team. Lobs are rarely deployed in higher level play, but are effective to push your opponent away from the non-volley zone. Lobbing diagonally over the backhand shoulder is a safer option if attempting from the non-volley zone. When dinking, you are always giving up the third of the court. It's not possible to effectively stay with your partner and cover a gap between you without leaving other parts of the court exposed. In a cross-court dink exchange, the outside third is left open. You may find 2 sixths left open on either side of the players in a more central location of the ball. Our pickleball court is 44 feet long by 20 feet wide. Our service box goes straight down the middle of our 20-foot width, and our non-volley zone line here is 7 feet back from the net line. Our net itself is 34 inches in the middle and 36 inches tall here where it meets our sideline. The big thing about pickleball.
Welcome back to Weymouth, everybody. We are here for the men's 4.0 final between Darren Cornish, Nick Matthews, Michael Lidlington and Ollie Jones. Having played in this competition myself today, I can tell you that this will be a good game. Looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. Joined for this one by Tim Spurway. Tim, have you seen any of these guys in passing today?
Yeah, we saw Darren Cornish and Nick Matthews play in their semi-final encounter where they barely put a foot wrong, to be honest. So if they can keep up that standard for the final, we should be in for an absolute cracker.
Good stuff. Yeah. The game that we had against Darren and Nick earlier today was again just very, very solid, really good all-round game. Not really making any mistakes at all. Forced us into making errors, which is half the battle, clearly.
Absolutely.
Nice drive there from Cornish, catching Jones slightly off balance with the backhand volley. And a good attack there from Jones, just going to the low left-hand side of Nick Matthews. So we have a side out, and 2 points on the board now for Cornish and Matthews. Jones and Lidlington will look to make some inroads. Jones is unable to lift that one over the net, so the serve passes over to Lidlington. Yeah, 2 in a row there for Jones, wasn't it, Tim? Just not quite getting enough lift on it. But it's early days. It's a best of 3, as we know. First to 11, win by 2. So there's plenty of time to grow into this game. A few early nerves, I'd imagine. But there does seem to be an early strategy here to pick on Ollie Jones for Matthews and Cornish, Tim.
Yeah, we'll see how that progresses as we go along, whether they'll continue that strategy.
They've gone deep into the knees of Lidlington there and got their reward as well. So a little gap opening up in this first game of this men's 4.0 final. And a mistake there from Matthews, just not getting enough lift on his backhand cross court. So he moves on to the second server, got a 4-point advantage.
Focusing on the backhand side of Nick Matthews, that's going to be effective.
Yeah, nice little drop into the kitchen there. Matthews reaching in to try and take it out of the air, but unable to get it over the net. And a very good setup there by Jones. Very controlled with his volley, which punches through the middle. They've got 2 points on the board now, Tim. Starting to edge their way back into this first game.
Yeah, really happy to get those 2 points and not let this match go away from them this early on.
Lidlington will be disappointed with that. Just got up on the ball a bit too early there, therefore losing all the element of control. Moves over to his second serve.
two strong drives there, low, making it difficult for Cornish.
Cornish first mistake on the return of this final for him.
We've evened things up now, Nick. It's 3.
Good punch volley there from Matthews. Goes round inside out. Well recovered. Oh, and Jones looking for the speed up there. A good, patient exchange up until that moment. Just felt like the finals come to a little bit of life with that one, Tim.
Yes. It's just slipped long though. Matthews.
So they've tied the game up. They've come back from 4-0 down. They can have some confidence with how they're going now. Good drive from Cornish.
Fantastic roll volley there from Michael. Really stretching Cornish and able to get that one back.
Yeah, top creation of that angle there. Nice disguise from Jones. I faced that myself earlier today. He looks one way, he plays at the other, and that's a great finish at that point.
He looked very natural when he hit that shot. Really impressive.
Yeah, Matthews has left quite a lot of space there to his left, and Lidlington's taken full advantage. They're starting to tick along now, Tim. They've got a 2-point lead, 6-4, having been 4-0 down in this opening game of this men's 4.0 final here in Weymouth.
Yeah, it feels like they're getting a lot more success, but that's a great shot to step on that momentum they were getting.
Yeah, he's seen the middle and he's just very calmly played it through that very small gap. Great accuracy, great position then from Nick Matthews. Nice lob there from Jones, and he gets the result he was looking for. The lob so often can cause you problems, so he's played that one to perfection, clipping the line and no chance of getting that one back. Oh, two little clips of the net in that one, and Jones unable to control the next shots. And the ball is with Darren Cornish at 4-7-1. So that was a side out.
Just snatched at that one slightly, Darren. Disappointed not to get that one over, just hit the top of the net there. Really punishing that baseline, great.
Yeah, good work that, good work. You saw Matthews right at the back of the court there. Cornish caught in two minds whether he should be holding his line in the kitchen or whether he should be going back as well. And in the end, when he got caught in that no man's land, they played it straight past him. Nice angle there from Lidlington. Good put away though by Matthews. Good reactions from Cornish at the kitchen line. Oh, and Jones just lost that little bit of composure there. Tell you what, Tim, we must be heating up now. Darren has taken his hat off. He is cooking in this final. There might even be a little bit of a bead of sweat coming down. Maybe he's going to go and put his hat back on after that attempted drop clips the nets. Oh, and he would want that one back. Great opportunity there for Lidlington, but that one sailed wide.
Still anyone's game though, Chris, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nip and tuck.
Points in it.
very nip and tuck, not really much rhythm to it yet, no real momentum or runs of points. Good play by Ollie Jones. He was in control of that point throughout. Engineered the move, got the pop up, and he's put it away. So side outs. Nice angle though from Nick Matthews. There was enough there for Lidington to think he might be able to get there, but that ball was keeping him incredibly low. It would have been a cracking shot to recover from there.
Halfway up the net there. Seems to be a bit annoyed at that.
Yeah, it's very nervy this still. Still no real rhythm in this game. Good shot there from Matthews again. Patience in the build-up, waited for the right moment and then took his chance, putting that double-handed backhand volley down to the ankles. Bit overexcited there from Lidington. So often you get into those hands battles, Tim, where it just gets faster and faster and faster. It just needs somebody to be brave enough to take the pace off the ball a little bit. And that was the moment there to probably take that option.
Exactly. Feel like the faster the ball goes, the faster you have to swing it. It's often not the case.
And another example there, in fairness. Cornish just getting a little bit too aggressive on his volley, which just goes wrong. It's a tight game though. Second serve, Cornish in play. And another one that sails along from down Cornish. So another side out. Lidington with the ball in his hand. Darren's getting cooking even more now. Off comes the coat as well. He might be up to at least 3 degrees in his body temperature now.
What's he going to take off next? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a nice engineer point that from Jones and Lidington. It felt a little bit like Jones might have sped up a little bit too early, but Lidington had his back completely with them with the reset, and they have got themselves a single point advantage. Looked like Matthews just changed his mind a little bit there, Tim.
Yeah, I think he thought about hitting it flat and then put a little bit of slice on it and just took it wide.
I think he had success with that shot a few moments ago, didn't he? That probably was in his back of his mind. But yeah, that one worked last time, I'll try it again. And that often doesn't work twice in a row. And we're up to a game point in this first game of the men's 4.0 final. Good defence from Cornish. Gone for that little side angle again, and he's clipped the line. Wonderful shot to close out the first game of this final. Well played, Ollie Jones. Tell you what, if you're going to win a game in a final, Tim, that's not a bad way to do it, is it?
Particularly when it's being filmed as well.
Ah.
You can watch that on that with pride.
Exactly. So, if you were Cornish and Matthews in this moment in time, Tim, what would you be discussing in this change round? What would you be thinking of changing?
That's the question. Have you got any insight, Chris? I mean, having played these guys, both of them.
In fairness, I would imagine it will probably be a little bit more of the same. I mean, they're very, very solid. They're very composed in their game. I don't think going one down will particularly phase them. I haven't seen any extra gears as such in terms of a massive swing of how they're going to approach the game. So it'll probably be more of the same, and hopefully just get there first.
Yeah, I think this is so often the case in pickleball. Who can cut out those areas in the important points?
Yeah, it definitely feels like that Jones and Lidington are playing a little bit more high risk, high reward type pickleball at the moment, and got their reward for that in the first game.
Just get it off, just the line.
Oh! tells you luck there, Michael Livingston. Cornish doing such a good job to recover the lob, and then, I mean, you've got to question why he wasn't able to get to the kitchen that quickly to pick up the net cord. Tempting.
Dropped quite low that shot. Don't know if that one was there really.
That's a good drive from Jones. Arrow down at the feet of Darren Cornish.
He hit quite a few of those in the first game, and if he can carry on hitting shots like that, he will get quite a lot of success in the second game.
Yeah, and as our fellow commentator Nick Hobbs always says, serve, returns, and thirds, and we've just seen that serve go long. Yeah, good space created by the pair of Cornish Matthews there, and then punished by Matthews with his volley going straight down that big gap in the middle of the court. Ooh, that could have gone either way after clipping to the top of the net, but it has fallen in favour of Jones and Livingston. So second server now with Nick Matthews. Yeah, good angles again from Livingston, just keeping that ball out wide to the backhand of Nick Matthews, something they've done very effectively over the course of this final so far. Good pressure there though, Tim.
Yeah, good pressure, and Cornish dealt with that heavy forehand from Jones really nicely there, because that is one of his strong shots, but just flicked it back nice and deep.
Yeah, well played Nick Matthews, well played. Nice and patient, kept putting the pressure back on again, waiting for the pop-up, and then when it came, nice and controlled finish. A little bit of a tactical chat here. Tim, can you hear what they're saying?
Now that you were talking, Chris. No, I couldn't. Clearly, they need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, punishing shot there from Jones. The ball's there to be put away, and he has managed to do it with style. 0-2-2. Oh, that was not a friendly bit of the surface there, Tim. That ball just died on Cornish.
Just unfortunate that.
And again, an error on the backhand side of Nick Matthews. They've opened up a 3-point lead in this second game. Oh, and that will be disappointing for Matthews. Cornish dealt with that speed up incredibly well there, didn't he, Tim?
Fast hands there. They have opened up a 4-point gap now. 1 game up. You feel, Chris, like they've got to start making a move quick, because this could slip away from them.
Yeah, there's clearly a strategy in place here with Jones and Livingston there. They're forcing Matthews to play a high percentage of the balls now. Cornish has become more central to try and protect his partner a little bit, but that time Cornish was able to get a good bit of pressure back onto the other team.
Good reaction set from Cornish, and a deep drive volley.
Just a little kiss of the net there. That's a bit of luck that Cornish and Matthews need at this moment in time. They've got the ball back in hand, 0-5. Good opportunity for them now to try and get a point on the board. And there we go, the return just going into the net from Michael Livingston. Yeah, good bit of disguise there from Jones. Just getting a little bit of skill on the ball in the non-volley zone as well. And Cornish unable to get it back up and over the net. No, I don't think they were going to get out of there twice. Cornish playing a volley from about a foot off the court, caught him by surprise. Managed to keep in the point though, but then unfortunately Matthews unable to keep that one over.
He knows that probably won't want to be watching that later.
I think he knew as soon as he hit it, Tim, there was a cry of what am I doing? Good pressure from Matthews, forcing Jones to overhit that one. It's been a shot that Jones has had a bit of joy with so far, but that one was played with a little bit more pressure. Ooh, that serve just goes wide, Tim. Feels like after a good start for Jones and Linton, the game's just broken up and become a little bit bitty again.
Yeah, it has. And we won't let Cornish and Matthews back in, but an absolutely cracking volley there from Lidlington. No chance for Matthews getting that one back.
Yeah, very nice angle, very well executed. Gets a round of applause from Nick Matthews. Good reactions there from Cornish. Just put that pressure back. Lidlington feeling like it was there to attack when it wasn't, and just clipping the ball into the net. Good work on the resets there from Nick Matthews. Did incredibly well to get out of that rally. And they've chipped away here, Tim. They've got 3 points on the board, so the gap is only 2. A small momentum shift.
Dan's letting loose a little bit with those forehands.
Most certainly right on cue, Tim Spurway. Called that one perfectly. Nice bit of work from Cornish, and they've got themselves back to a point difference. Oh, Matthews unlucky there. He's done some good work at the kitchen in the last few exchanges. Kept resetting, but that one just asked a little bit too much of himself.
Some really good points here. Really quality stuff. It's good to see.
And that's after such a good run of points, such a good run of play. That one was there, just gone a little bit too hard at it, just gone out of the court. And a point on the board there for Jones and Lidlington. Slight dynamic shift once again. Oh, and some incredible reset work there from Cornish and Matthews, but again, once more, they've asked the question, have Jones and Lidlington, and they come away with the point, and they've now got themselves back up to a 3-point advantage.
And Dan will not be happy about that, after working so hard to get back in this game. At this level, just, yeah, as you say, serves, returns and drops.
An example there of just get the return back, ask the question of the other player, and there we go. Gone for the lob again, and dealt with by Matthews, forcing the error in return from Jones and Tim. As the rain crashes down here in Weymouth, it's not getting any warmer, but it is getting wetter.
Yes, indeed. That's something to look forward to for us later, going out in that. It's really good, nice drop.
Great reflexes from both teams, and then Livingston just unable to keep it going for another shot. And we have a point on the board there for Cornish and Matthews. They reduce the arrears back to 3. Oh, good hands from Livingston. It was a good attack by Cornish, but Livingston just opening the body and rolling the ball wide. Great finish at that point. Good placement though from Cornish, just getting it wide enough, getting it deep enough. Very difficult to deal with. Livingston having to go on the long run here at Weymouth to retrieve the ball from the far side of the arena. Just gives himself a few moments to recompose himself as he comes back. For those of you that might have been struggling with the sound quality here at Weymouth early today, I can guarantee that is actually the rain you can hear, not crackling of the new microphones that have been shipped in especially for this final. Jones going for that volley again, Tim, but it feels like the last 3 or 4 haven't paid off for him. Incredibly close that one, Tim. Incredibly close.
Indeed. Takes it back to 6-8, and you just feel like these are real kind of crunch time to the match. And we just had a nice drive into the net.
Good depth there. Oh, and Cornish will be disappointed. Side out, ball's back with Jones and Livingston. 3 points away from taking gold in this men's 4.0 final.
It was good. A real whip. It was good. A whip forehand.
I believe that one's been called out, Tim. Incredibly close. Great effort though from Jones. Ooh, just kissing the top of the net and falling back on his own side there from Livingston. So Jones, Matthews and Cornish got out of that exchange with no points against them. Back on serve now. Yeah, just jamming down to the toes there, Tim.
Yeah, always tricky when you're in a transition zone there, getting that ball out of your feet.
I feel like I've spent my entire day in the transition zone today. It's been one of those days where it feels like I haven't really been going backwards or forwards. And left myself there as an easy target. Good work from Matthews, but can he get out? Oh! And I think he's probably got away with that one a little bit there, Tim.
Just to stay in that point and make them play another shot sometimes, that is enough, but in this case, it was.
Yeah, definitely keep asking that question, but I'd like to see him just try and get up to that kitchen a little bit more, a little bit quicker at times there.
Yeah, this is Darren trying to cut across.
And the lob again, not working out for Jones and Livingston. The lob, Tim, it's one of those ones where you play one early in the game and it works, and you feel like that's the tactic that's going to be there for you for the rest of the game. And I think they really need to put it back in the bag now. Good, deep work there from Livingston. Probably not the kindest bounce for Nick Matthews. But they've got themselves back to a tied game here. Quietly and efficiently, Tim, so I don't think either of us actually realised that they'd achieved to get up to 8. Nice placement, Jones.
Yeah, really happy with that. Nice comfortable finish.
2 points away from gold here. Good drive from Livingston, right at the ankles of Cornish. Not a lot he could do with that one at all. And we have championship points. And well played, Ollie Jones, Michael Livingston. They are your gold medalists in the Franklin Pickleball Event in Dorset, men's 4.0 final. Cornish and Matthews gave them a really good game there, and at times it did look like it could go either way. But Tim, how do you feel that Jones and Livingston performed in that gold medal winning performance?
Really, really strong, really consistent, and I think critically as well, when the going got tough and when Cornish and Matthews started to come back at them, they held their nerve and they managed to grind out some of those tougher points.
Very much so. There was a couple of momentum shifts in there, and I think the sign of a good pair is that when it starts going against you after you've made a good little start, how do you react to that? And yeah, they coped with that very, very well. And in fairness, over the course of today, I think you have to say they were the strongest pairing in the 4.0 competition today. And well done. They'll be delighted to be leaving here with the 4.0 gold, and I'm sure they'll be even more delighted to get some layers on, Tim.
I think so, and I think we join them in getting more layers on. It's quite cold. It's been a cold all day, so yes.
I don't know about you, Tim, but my plans for this evening are very much heading back to the hotel, hot bath, radiators on, and getting under the duvet to try and warm up, so we can be here bright and early for you guys again in the morning. Now, we'd appreciate and thank you for your patience with today's streaming. We do understand there's been a few technical difficulties. As you all know, we are building this aeroplane as we go, and we are going to find out things when we're in mid-air that we have to try and react to quickly, and hopefully we've been able to do that and given you some quality for the last two finals, and thank you to the players involved for helping us to be able to do that. We will be back here in Weymouth tomorrow morning for you bright and early for the mixed doubles day. We shall see you then.
When attacking cross-court, the counter-attack back often goes straight ahead to your partner. This is why you'll tend to see speed-ups in more of a straight line, as it also provides a shorter distance to your opponent, making the ball reach them much more quickly and potentially creating an error. The return of serve must be allowed to bounce, so depth is key to keeping the serving team back. If in doubt, high, deep and down the middle is a good option, but returning down the line can limit some of the strategic options for the serving team. Lobs are rarely deployed in higher level play, but are effective to push your opponent away from the non-volley zone. Lobbing diagonally over the backhand shoulder is a safer option if attempting from the non-volley zone. When dinking,